Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right in a relationship and yet she still seems distant, guarded like she's there, but not really giving you her whole heart? You treat her well, you listen, you're loyal, you try to make her feel safe, and still, she holds something back. That final piece, that deep, raw, fearless kind of love, and you wonder, what more can I do? Well, I'm about to tell you something that might sound crazy, maybe even cruel, but stay with me. Because the truth is, she will only love you if you dare to break her, not in a way that harms her, not in a way that betrays her, but in a way that breaks through the walls she built long before you even met her. Before we dive deep into this powerful truth, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay till the very end. This isn't just another love video. This is a mirror, a revelation, and it could change your love life forever. Let's begin. There's a woman you've met, or maybe she's already in your life. She's strong, beautiful, independent, the kind of woman who turns heads when she walks into a room. Not just because of her looks, but because of her presence. She's magnetic, enigmatic, and behind her smile you can sense it. She's been hurt, not just once, not just by a failed romance, but by a lifetime of moments that told her it's not safe to be soft, that being vulnerable is dangerous, that giving her heart completely will only lead to pain. So she built walls, subtle ones, charming ones. She learned to keep people close, but not too close. She gives enough to keep things warm, but never enough to burn. And when you came along, kind, open, steady, she noticed. You're different, but you're also a threat. Not because you'll hurt her intentionally, but because if she truly lets you in, you could touch the parts of her she spent years trying to protect. And so she resists, not loudly, not dramatically, but in small, quiet ways. She'll say she's just not ready. She'll joke about catching feelings, then change the subject. She'll give you passion, but not intimacy. She'll be there for the good times, but vanish emotionally during the deep ones. And you'll feel stuck, confused, frustrated because everything seems right, except for the one thing that matters most, her full heart. Now here's the paradox. She will only love you if you dare to break her. But what does that really mean? It means this. You have to be willing to confront her fears head-on, to challenge her armor, to shake the foundation of her carefully constructed defenses, not by force, not by manipulation, but by being so authentically yourself that she has no choice but to either fully surrender or walk away. And that's terrifying for both of you. But love that doesn't break us open first can never rebuild us into something greater. I want to tell you about a man named Elijah. Elijah fell hard for a woman named Raina. She was bold, funny, captivating, but emotionally, she was a fortress. They had chemistry, they had connection. But every time Elijah tried to take things deeper, Raina would withdraw. Not in anger, not with drama, but with a subtle shift. A little less eye contact, a little more silence. He could have stayed comfortable. He could have kept things casual and easy. But Elijah knew surface love wasn't enough for him. He needed her soul, not just her skin. So one day, he did something radical. He told her the truth. I don't want a piece of you, Raina. I want the whole thing. The fears, the past, the dreams, the real you. And if you can't give me that, I'll walk away. Not because I don't care, but because I care too much to settle for halfway. She cried. Not because he hurt her, but because for the first time, someone saw her and called her out of hiding. That's what I mean by breaking her. Not tearing her down. Not manipulating her, but challenging her to step into the fullness of love even when it scares her. You see, most men don't dare to go that deep. They accept what's given. They avoid rocking the boat. They play it safe because they don't want to lose her. But here's the brutal truth. If you don't risk losing her, you'll never truly have her. You can't tiptoe into the soul of a woman who has been hurt. You have to meet her at the edge of her walls, and then stand there with patience, courage, and unwavering truth. You have to show her that love isn't something she has to control. It's something she has to surrender to. And sometimes, that surrender only happens when you're willing to break through the fear she hides behind. There's a part of every strong woman that is secretly desperate to collapse, not in weakness, but in trust, to drop the armor, to stop pretending, to let someone else carry her heart for a while. But she won't do it easily. She needs to know you're strong enough, not just to love her, but to love her through the fight, through the resistance, through the storm of what-ifs that keep her up at night. She needs to know that when she tests you, Emotionally, spiritually, sometimes even irrationally, you won't run. That when she pushes, you'll stand your ground. Not with dominance, but with depth. She needs to know that your love is not conditional on convenience. That's how you break her, by being immovable in your truth. Now let's talk about the discomfort, because it will be uncomfortable. She will try to distract you with charm. She'll make jokes, change topics, bury her feelings in affection or silence. But your job isn't to fix her, it's to mirror her. Show her what real, grounded love looks like. Speak your truth even when it's hard. Say, I feel you pulling away and I want to understand why. Say, I'm here, but I won't chase you through shadows. Say, I love you too much to let you live in half-light when you were meant to shine. Most importantly, mean it. She may cry. She may get angry. She may retreat for a while. Let her. You're not there to convince. You're there to call her home to herself. That's love. That's strength. That's leadership. And you know what happens when you break her in this way? When you reach into the places no one else dared to go, she opens. Slowly at first, tentatively. She'll offer you fragments of her past, the story behind the wall, the reason she never let anyone in. And when she sees that you're still there, not shaken, not scared, something inside her will shift. She'll love you, not just with affection, but with her soul, with the kind of love that makes you feel like you're the only man in the world. Because to her you are. You're the one who didn't run, who didn't settle, who didn't just love her mask, but her truth. That's the kind of love that transforms lives. But here's the warning. You can't fake this. You can't pretend to be that man if you're still trying to earn love through people-pleasing or fear. You have to become the man who doesn't just want her, but who requires a love that is real, raw, and mutual. And that takes work. It takes knowing yourself, healing your own wounds, facing your own fears. Because if you're not grounded in your truth, her chaos will swallow you. But if you are, if you're rooted, present, and clear, you will become the one man she's waited for her whole life. Not the man who fixed her, the man who freed her. Let's be honest for a second. How many relationships have you stayed in because it was easier than telling the truth? How many times have you felt the walls but pretended they weren't there? How many times have you accepted less than full love because you were afraid of what would happen if you pushed for more? This is your wake-up call. Stop playing small in love. Stop accepting half-hearted affection from women who are afraid to go deeper. And stop hiding behind nice guy energy, because you're scared to disrupt the peace. Real peace only comes through real connection, and real connection requires risk. Yes, she might walk away when you confront the truth, but if she does, it only means she wasn't ready. And you didn't lose her. You freed yourself for someone who is. Here's the final truth I'll leave you with. You don't break her to hurt her. You break her to awaken her, to remind her that love isn't supposed to be survival. It's supposed to be sanctuary. And if you're brave enough to be that sanctuary, she'll be brave enough to love you with everything she's got. That's the kind of love worth fighting for. That's the kind of man worth becoming. So if you've met a woman with walls, ask yourself, are you willing to break her, not with pain, but with presence? Not with control, but with courage. Not to destroy her, but to deliver her. If you are, she'll love you. Not because you forced her, but because you finally made her feel safe enough not to force herself anymore. And that, my friend, is everything. If you found something true in this video, something that sparked recognition or gave you clarity, then let's keep growing together. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone who needs it. And most importantly, come back when you need a reminder of who you are and what kind of love you were made for. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.